Hi, welcome to code part and the interfaces part. And this is the code I use to set up the interface. And as you can see, the main component of this code is a layout part and a function part. The layout part is used to design the interface in HTML, including the graph, the size, the color, and some basic uh, interface framework. And the function part uh, is set up based on the callback, so you can input the variables in drop-down list and output the results to the main function. So here is a general code which is designed to implement the interface. Let's move to the interface part. As I introduced in the PPT, here are 7 sections in this interface. The part A is about the total traffic passengers overview in Queensland since 2017, and here are 3 charts we used. Here is a clear tendency that uh, the total passengers flow has been increasing since 2017, which is consistent with the increase in the number of the travelers and the number of the international students. And part B is about the total passengers at each bus stop monthly for every bus route since 2017. There are 4 drop-down lists we use here, so the users can choose the route, month, year, and the type, like the boarding or alighting here. The bus route, including all bars in TransLink, and the year is from the 2017 to 2019. The month is from the January to December. So we can choose any bars here. For example, we can input 100. As you can see, it is obvious to find the passenger flow at each bus station. Here are the bus stop ID numbers, and the outlier could be found easily by box plot. The heat map here could also be easier to show the passenger flow distribution intuitively, so we can easily find this station contributes to the highest passenger flow for bus route 100 in January in 2018. And you can choose any month you want to check. It's very easier to show. And the part C is about the top 10 busiest bus routes in Brisbane. For this bar chart, we can find the bar number 66 has kept the highest total passenger flow record since 2017. You can change it to the 2018, still bus number 66. Even 2019, still bus number 66. And the heat map here could be used to reflect which month contributes to the highest passenger flow. It is obvious that the passenger flow is higher from March to October for bus number 66. Well, the factors here maybe just like the international students flowing, and we will make it research on it later. In order to trace the detailed change of the passenger flow of these busiest bars monthly, this chart was designed. Thus, the users can choose the year here and the bus number here to know the fluctuation and the trend of these specific bars. For example, we can change it to bus 111 and change the year like 2018, 2019 here. So it is more clear to reflect the passenger flow for specific bars. Okay. Uh, Here is a night chart to reflect the origin station and destination stop of these busiest bus routes, and which can briefly represent and review the relationship between the location and the passenger flow. The outlines can also be found easily in box plot. To be mentioned, I didn't add any background color since this part, uh, due to more heat map and map graph will be used later. So we can find the 66 has a very big fluctuation compared with the other buses like 100 or 111. So it looks a bit messy. If you want to clearly to show, you can reduce the number of the buses. Just click the label here. Yeah, it's more clear to show the bars you want to know. So we can find the most of the busiest bars origin station and destination is UQ CBD area or the interchange area or the Garden City shopping mall area like this. So in order to have a deep understanding on the passenger flow distribution of these busiest buses, we need to focus on the road itself, especially on the passenger flow at each bus stop of each specific bus route. So we use Google Map here and use the JSON map to display this clearly. We use Google Map to show the route of the busiest bus route and use the GeoJSON map to show the passenger flow at each bus stop of specific bus route in map heat map. The different color will show the different weights or the density of the number of passenger flow. The darker the red means the greater the number of people here. The reason why I use two GeoJSON map here is due to some bus road is very long. It cannot be displayed here in one chart, so I have to use two separate charts to reflect the bus road here, like 100 and 111. So it's very convenient for us to know which bus stop has the highest density passenger flow by GeoJSON map. After research of busiest bus routes, we need to put more attention on the busiest bus stops. First, we make sure that all the bus stops are visualized in both Google Map and GeoJSON map. And the third map here is to show the density of bus stop distribution in Queensland. Then we need to make a research on the busiest bus stops. The 5 busiest bus stops we searched, which are CBD area along the Adelaide Street, UQ Lake, and Garden City. To be mentioned, we divide the CBD area into 3 different samples, the CBD1, CBD2, and CBD3, respectively, which represents 3 different bus stops along the Adelaide Street. After research, we found people are willing to get off the bus around the Brisbane City Hall, which is the starting position of the shopping mall plaza. Comparatively, the mid position and the end position of the shopping center, like the CBD Sample 2 and Sample 3, has less passenger flow compared with the CBD Sample 1. And here is a clear line chart to reflect the passenger flow each month since 2017. We can find the bus stop like the A14 Suncorp Stadium didn't show well in this line chart because different traffic passenger flow basis has a big difference. That leads to the figure here cannot clear to show the trend of the number of passenger flow in some area like the Suncorp. The passenger flow base is too low compared with the other buses. In order to solve these problems, we need to use a heat map and isolate the individual bus stop. In terms of the heat map, like we want to make a detailed analysis on this 814 Suncorp Stadium, which doesn't have a good performance in this line chart. So we can find the March here contributes to the highest passenger flow. The potential factors are Australia soccer A-legal and rugby legal NRL were both held in Suncorp Stadium in March. Well, the A-legal season will end in April and the NRL season will end in October. And the final part is part G. Is used to detect the external factors effect on passenger flow analysis based on the daily data. More factors could be added if necessary. To be mentioned, some external factors have been researched by monthly data which I introduced before, such as international students or international or domestic travelers, sports events. Well, the factors like rainfall, holiday, and public holiday are more suitable to be analyzed with the daily data. So, the outlines could be found in the scatter plot here and the heat map. So, we can choose the bus number you want to make a research, like the bus number 66. We can find in July, it is obvious that the end of the holiday caused a surge in traffic passenger flow because the public holiday doesn't exist in July. Well, the state school holidays, just like the student holidays, is in the first half of July. So we can say for bus number 66, the state school holidays playing the main role to make influence on the passenger flow in July. So you can change the mouse here to try to trace the different factors to the passenger flow. And this part is all the data from 2018, and this part is the data from 2019. So comparatively, the rainfall will make a few influence on traffic flow, especially when the rainfall is very heavy. here. That will lead to the decrease of the number of passenger flow. There isn't obvious change if the rainfall is very little, which reveals people are willing to prefer to choose public transportation instead of private transportation during the raining days. Comparatively, the public holiday and student rest holiday will cause an intensive drop on the passenger flow, uh, like I mentioned here, or the July, which I introduced at the beginning of this part. Thank you for watching the interfaces, and this is all my project about the introduction on the traffic visualization project. Thank you for your watching. Cheers.